The human race has come a long way since the time of the caveman, where sticks, stones, and fire were the tools of only the smartest man. Yet here we are in the year 2020, and sometimes it seems like there are still some cavemen among us. Are we actually getting any more intelligent than our ancestors, or are we making them roll over in the grave with our stupidity? Is our education systems failing us and becoming the cause of this degradation of intelligence? Or has our government successfully brainwashed us into being the stupid, mindless drones that they most assuredly desire us to be? We put our thinking muscles to the test, did the research, and are ready to explain it all to you in this brain-stimulating and eye-opening episode of Tipplers 2 Cents. It's time to get woke! Hello, drinkers and thinkers. Welcome back to another fine edition of Tipplers 2 Cents. I am your gracious host, Chris Walters, and joining me as always is the soft-spoken and gentle Sean Knox.
Unga bunga, 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 unga bunga. What's up, guys?
Thank you all for joining us for today's episode. Before we get started here, Sean, can you give us the updates, please?
Yeah, we got a couple updates again from our good dude, Kyle Duncan. He sent us a quote from Robin Williams, which I really appreciate because me and Chris both are in love with Robin Williams. The quote is, "Seize the day because, believe it or not, each and every one of us in this room is one day going to stop breathing, turn cold, and die." He's referencing our Meaning of Life episode, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. Me and Chris both have issues with our mortality, where I get panic attacks and stuff thinking about death, and more about leaving behind a legacy, for my family and stuff like that. So this whole podcast and a lot of our separate projects by ourselves, it's all about seizing the day and just fucking going for it.
Yeah.
So we agree 100%, Duncan. And also, bringing up Robin Williams again, Kyle Duncan asked us, do we have any thoughts on Bicentennial Man?
Yeah, and we definitely do. I love that movie, but I meant to bring it up in the technology episode, and I totally forgot. I totally forgot to even put it in the notes. And that was like the number one movie aside from Terminator that I was thinking to talk about, because it's literally representative of everything that we were talking about. And we've actually gotten a lot of feedback about the technology episode. Our mom, Christina Knox, sent us a very long, detailed email, which was fantastic, full of just all sorts of information. We're going to be doing another technology episode in the next season. I think it falls on like episode 23 or something. So we're gonna talk about Bicentennial Man in there. We're going to talk about all the stuff that my mom emailed us, because it's just fantastic stuff. I don't know why we didn't think to ask her about living in the 80s and 70s and all that stuff. We had a person to talk to about all this stuff for technology for that time period. But we're going to be doing another one because there was just so much shit that we wanted to talk about, need to talk about, and we didn't get to. So going to be doing another one.
Yeah. Also, we got a message from Brittany Bravo. It says, I'm catching up, so I just finished the Hitler episode and wanted to give you my input. So as you both know and frequently joke about, I'm part Jewish, which I do joke about that probably more than I should, but it's fine. More specifically, though, I'm Ashkenazi Jewish, which makes up about 60 to 75% of the Jewish population and widely populated Germany and Europe at the time of the Holocaust. It's an unfortunate fact that the Nazi Jews are deeply inbred because of segregating themselves along the Rhine River. I've always believed that the ancestry combined with Hitler's deep determination to create superhumans is the reason Jewish people became a target for experimentation and mass murder by him. Being of Jewish descent himself would likely have caused some shame as well. Hell, it did for me when I learned about it. Most of us don't go into that extreme when we feel ashamed, but I imagine it's a reasonable theory as to what drove him to hate the entire race. Hitler wasn't definitively Jewish. There was no one knew who his grandfather was. I actually looked into it, so it's the same percentage of him being Jewish as him being pretty much anything else. So that is not 100%, but the general consensus is that he had Jewish heritage. And on top of that, you don't have to feel ashamed for inbreeding. Fuck, I'm pretty sure 90% of the human gene pool is from inbred, especially me and Chris both being predominantly white. European descent mostly came from inbreeding and stuff like that.
Yeah, most of the Anglo-Saxon gene pool is just polluted with inbreeding. So
yeah, so no reason to feel ashamed of that, and there's no reason to cause mass genocide. So, and I know that's not you're not defending him or anything, but either way, he was still a piece of shit. But as far as the experimentations go, if that was his reasoning behind it, it's kind of interesting, I suppose, to just see what he could do to harm these people, or what they can survive and stuff like that, as test subjects to what his soldiers could survive. Because if he didn't think that they were superior specimens, then of course he would use them as experiments.
Yeah.
Anyway, just want to mention one last thing. I'm going to be moving in a week, so this episode and next episode are going to be recorded back to back. So if we don't have any updates or anything, next episode, that's why. So by the way, we're probably going to be like shit-faced next episode.
Yeah, I was like, by the next episode, it might be slurring words a lot more.
Yeah. And one more thing, actually, I'm so sorry. With the Beirut explosion, I wanted to mention that. Yeah. In Beirut, Lebanon, there was a really big explosion caused from unsafe storage of ammonium nitrate. And me and Chris's heart goes out to everyone that was affected by that explosion. Yeah. It was at least 70 dead, thousands injured. So anything that we can do, maybe we can do a couple of, if whoever buys shirts from our store, we can donate the proceeds. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys have any charity foundations or anything going to Beirut, Lebanon, send it to us, please, because then we can get that set up. We'll also look into it ourselves, of course, and you can buy our shirts at represent.com/store/Tipplers 2 cents. And that is about it. So let's get into it.
All right. Let's go ahead and share with everyone our beverages of choice for today. Today I'm going to be drinking a Lagunitas IPA. I know it's kind of my go-to. I'm starting to turn into Sean with the whiskey. Sean, what about you? What are you drinking?
Well, I wanted to hold off on the whiskey because I didn't want to get too drunk, so I'm drinking this fucking piss Sierra Nevada Pale Ale that Chris brought. Good. But it's all right. I'll drink it. Don't worry.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and give our toasts per usual. I'm going to go ahead and crack this open before I get to it, though.
Yeah.
In light of today's subjects, I'd like to dedicate this toast to teachers and educators all over the world. You guys deserve so much more than you get, and honestly, we can't thank you enough for what you do. You guys help shape the future. So let's raise our glasses to these fine intellectuals, and if you're listening in the comfort of your own home or somewhere appropriate, we encourage you to join us in these toasts. Anyway, cheers.
Cheers.
All right. Now then, today's episode is going to kick off a little differently today. For this episode, I'm going to actually let Sean kick us off, as these were topics that he proposed that we talk about. So, Sean, stage is all yours. Go ahead.
All right. Thanks, man. So, evolution, the definition, is change in the heritable characteristics of biological populations over successive generations. These characteristics are the expressions of genes that are passed on from parent to offspring during reproduction. That's fucking. Different characteristics tend to exist within any given population as a result of mutation, genetic recombination, and other sources of genetic variation. Holy fuck.
That's a lot of Asians.
Yeah. Evolution occurs when evolutionary processes such as natural selection, including sexual selection, and genetic drift act on this variation, resulting in certain characteristics becoming more common or rare with the population. Motherfucker, dude. It is this process of evolution that has given rise to biodiversity at every level of biological organization, including the levels of species, individual organisms, and molecules. Now, what I want to talk about is more devolution or de-evolution, and that is the regression of those traits to a more primitive version of a specific species. Now, I personally thought that this was indeed a thing, but the real answer is way more upsetting, so stay with me. This is a quote from Michael J. Daughtry, Assistant Director and Senior Staff Biologist at Biological Sciences Curriculum Study in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and posted on Scientific American. From a biological perspective, there is no such thing as de-evolution. All changes in the gene frequencies of populations, and quite often in the traits of those genes' influence, are by definition evolutionary changes. The notion that humans might regress or devolve presumes that there is a preferred hierarchy of structure and function, say that legs with feet are better than legs with hooves, or that breathing with lungs is better than breathing with gills. But for organisms possessing those structures, each is a useful adaptation. Nonetheless, many people evaluate non-human organisms according to human anatomy and physiology, and mistakenly conclude that humans are the ultimate product, even goal of evolution. That attitude probably stems from the tendency of humans to think
anthropocentrically.
Yeah, anthropocentrically. But the scholarship of natural theology, which was prominent in the 18th and 19th century England, codified it even before Lamarck defined biology in the modern sense. Unfortunately, anthropocentric thinking is at the root of many common misconceptions of biology. Chief among those misconceptions is that species evolve or change. I lost my place.
Because they need to change to adapt to shifting environment demands. Biologists refer to this fallacy as teleology. In fact, more than 99% of all species that ever lived are extinct, so clearly there is no requirement that species always adapt successfully.
Yeah. As the fossil record demonstrates, extinction is perfectly natural and indeed quite common. Response to changing environmental conditions. When species do evolve, it is not out of need, but rather because their populations contain organisms with variants of traits that offer a reproductive advantage in a changing environment. Another misconception is that increasing complexity is a necessary outcome of evolution. In fact, decreasing complexity is common in the record of evolution. For example, the lower jaw in vertebrates shows decreasing complexity as measured by the number of bones from fish to reptiles to mammals. Evolution adapted the extra jaw bones into ear bones. Likewise, ancestral horses had several toes on each foot. Modern horses now have a single toe with a hoof. Evolution, not de-evolution, selected those adaptations.
So, basically what he's saying is that no matter how an organism changes, even if it seems like it's worse, it's evolution because it's adapting to something. Yeah. It's adapting no matter what, no matter how you look at it. So it's kind of like if we go back to talking about the underwater episode. I don't know if you remember, but when we were talking about the megalodon, I was kind of talking about how the great white, even though it was smaller and everything like that, that was an evolution of the megalodon. So, from an outside perspective, it kind of looks like the megalodon is devolving because it's becoming smaller and all of that stuff. But it actually ended up making it a more efficient hunter because it was faster. Yeah, it didn't require as much food to eat. They could multiply faster. Just ended up, taking the megalodon completely out of life. It ate its way to the top of the food chain, and like I said, from an outside perspective, looks like it's de-evolving, but it's actually a good example of evolution. So,
well, why I think this is worse is because our own fucking evolution is defaulting to being dumber in order to reproduce more. which I know is natural. However, in a society that needs active members to contribute and give their part to allow it to function, it is super shitty to have an entire faction of people that does absolutely fucking nothing and only collects money from the government through one way or another and has always been there, growing exponentially in their numbers, is detrimental to society, to say the least. It may come as a shock for some people that the number of young women planning to have children dropped from 78% to 42% in just 20 years. And that's mostly due to not being able to afford children or putting career ahead of family. So as far as millennials are concerned, this doesn't seem to be a problem. I mean, kinda, because 49% of pregnancies are unplanned, so those women probably are in for a surprise. But as far as families that are fully supported by the taxpayer dollars raising children, that more than likely won't support themselves either. And that's where I become concerned.
Well, I would say that... I would kind of say, just as far as like a population control thing, that's kind of a good thing, that people are starting to not want to have kids, because, I mean... Not saying that it's not a good thing to have kids, but, well, I mean, and just look at today's world, too. It's a fucked up world to bring a kid into.
Yeah.
And just also, we're vastly overpopulated. No one seems to talk about it, but we really are. I mean, fuck, Arizona alone is a horrible place, and that's where we're from, is Arizona. And it's a horrible place just because of how many damn people end up here. Mm-hmm. So many people, like... And that's one of the things, I know this is going a little off topic, but that's one of the things that bothers me about trying to go camping or something like that. I can't ever go camping and get away from people.
Yeah.
I go camping and there's like 50 fucking people camping in the same area that I'm camping. I'm like, dude, I'm going here to get away from people, but we have so many people that I can't. I literally don't know where to go to get away from anybody.
Yeah, and this topic is more based on the fact that it doesn't seem like any, like, granted, I'm not going to give too much shit to people that want to have kids, of course. Yeah. But I want to give shit to the people that don't fucking think about it first. Yeah. And I'm not going to lie, I am one of those people.
I am too. I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it when I had Kira.
But you know, a lot of people, what I ended up doing was, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't understand why a lot of people can just keep pumping out kid after kid knowing they can't afford them and not think of the repercussions. Now, I know I might seem like I'm being high and mighty, but just check this out. I had my daughter, and she was unplanned. I was a drug addict for 6 years leading up to her birth. And I was working before she was born here and there, but everyone knows I was on my way to be homeless. Fucking Chris can agree. About 2 months before my daughter was born, I checked in with myself and being like, hey bro, you need to turn your shit around, otherwise she'll end up just like you. And I just fucking quit. Heroin and meth. I just stopped. I'm not saying it was easy at all, but I knew it was the right thing to do. Now I'm on my way to get a house, I have a newer car, and I have a perfectly healthy 3-year-old daughter. But I just don't understand why people can't get their priorities in order once they know that a kid is coming, so that their kid moves farther in life than they do. That's my issue with people. Yeah. I know so many people, you know, in the drug world that just never fucking got out of it. You know, I'm not going to say any names, but someone I knew had 2 kids, and his wife died from an overdose, and I was really close with them, and to this day, I don't know if he's fucking clean or not.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope so. I really hope he's doing well, and he's not the only example. He's not a bad dude, and they weren't bad people at all. It's just unfortunate that people get stuck there, and I know addiction itself is a disease, and I'm not, you know, I guess it's different for everyone, but some people, you know, even if they weren't addicted to drugs, they just don't fucking turn around. They'll just have a kid and they'll have their parents support them or whatever. And, you know, my mom supported me for about a year into Lily being born, but, you know, I didn't fucking let her take care of my kid. I took care of her primarily. And then, you know, I got a job, and Brittany took her, moved to Phoenix, and then, you know, I ended up following her. So, and, you know, that was like a year later, and, you know, now I live in a big old city. But I'm just saying, like, not a lot of people do that, and I don't understand why, especially whenever you have that pressure of having a kid and not wanting to let them down, and some people just don't click in with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, just putting aside just drugs and stuff like that, like, just pre-planning for kids, like how I was saying, like, I didn't pre-plan a lot either. I was just in a good financial spot at the time, to where I wasn't too concerned if I had a child. I was like, I'm probably prepared financially, at least, enough to take care of my kid.
Yeah, until you had her, and then you realize it's
a hell of a lot more expensive, especially when, you know, you're with somebody else who I don't think she was working at the time.
No.
And so, yeah, I only had the income, and I wasn't making that much yet. This was when I was still in my early years at Zimmer, so I wasn't making like a ton. Yeah, I think I was making like $15 an hour, which, I mean, is better than some people, but not that much.
Yeah. But that's not considering the fact that you had a girlfriend and a daughter to take care of. If it was just you and a daughter, or you and your girlfriend, that probably would have been fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just one of those things, you don't think about it. And also, I get it, like, because most people are like, oh, babies are expensive, just fucking wait. And you're like, yeah, whatever. Until it happens and you start dealing with it, then you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, and then I was like, shit, they're right. But yeah, I do wish people would take a little bit more time in thinking about it. Like, you know, like I said, I am guilty of that. I should have taken a little bit more consideration into it. But now I feel like it gives me a little bit of purpose in life too. And that's kind of why I'm glad that I did have her, other than the fact that I just love the shit out of her. But I'm glad that I had her because it helped me improve me. Unfortunately, it did blind me to some things. Like, it made me chase money a little bit more than I think I would have originally, because my whole drive now is to just try to make sure she has a fantastic life, and like I can buy her all sorts of stuff and everything. Like, I mean, when I got this new job and I first got paid, I bought her like two new toys, just because that's the whole reason I'm working.
Yeah.
I want to make her happy. I want to keep Crystal happy. I want to make myself happy, but primarily I want to keep my kid happy. And it seems like a lot of people will have a kid and they don't make that kid the priority. And that's kind of what's upsetting too. And not necessarily just dumb people that do that either. There's smart people that, you know, kind of like how we were talking about, millennials seem to be more focused on building their career. Well, some of them will still have kids and then put that kid on the back burner and still pursue their career instead. And it might not be dumb, but it's still, you know, it's fucked up to do to a kid. Like, if you're not prepared to have a kid, don't have a kid. And that's the bottom line. I mean, just don't have one if you haven't thought about it.
Well, I'll admit, I do that every now and again, just because, like, if I need to focus on work or this podcast and stuff, it's not that I put this podcast ahead of my kid, but I want this podcast to work, and I want my music to work and stuff like that.
Yeah. To
set an example for my kid. But I mean, you've seen me with Lily, dude. I love my kid.
Yeah.
I love her so stupidly fucking much.
It's the best part of my day is coming home after I've worked a long day, and then just coming home to Kira and her being excited.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. It's just one of those things that, like I said, I don't get it, why people can't snap into it, because it's, like Chris said, it's my favorite part of the day. Like, you know, I go to sleep as soon as I get home from work, because I work graveyards, and I wake up, and, you know, I'll probably come sit at my computer and stuff just to try to wake up, but, like, I don't know, it's not fucking hard to just love your kid. It's not hard. Like, people tend to ignore their kids, or, like, I saw this video. It was this, like, girl at the DMV, and her daughter or her son was, like, trying to get her attention, and she's just legit sitting on her phone, like, aggressively ignoring her. Like, not just pushing her away or anything like that, just, like, not even fucking saying anything, not saying, like, honey, stop, you need to calm down, or anything like that. Just fucking, like, what kind of damage does that do to a fucking kid?
Yeah, I don't know.
And
definitely doesn't help, like, kind of keeping it along the main topics. That definitely doesn't help their mental progression, because I think that's something that affects a lot of people too, is their natural upbringing with parenting and stuff like that. I think that greatly affects how somebody thinks and stuff like that. Like, my parents, even though, you know, have their faults and everything, raised me very well, and I think that that's why I turned out the way I did. I'm very, you know, smart. I like to think I'm very smart, very capable of maintaining my own livelihood and everything like that. Like, I never seem to really need to depend on too many other people. And it's like, you know, if you do something like that example you're using, where somebody is just completely ignoring their kid, that's not going to teach them independence. That's going to teach them dependence.
Yeah.
Because they're going to take that rejection to heart. They're going to take that so much harder. And it's like a lot of people think that, doing that kind of stuff like, oh, it'll toughen them up. It'll make them dependent. No, especially at a young age, no. That at a young age, any creature on this planet needs their mother or needs their father. It's a very crucial thing.
Yeah, because it seems like parenting kind of it kind of works backwards. Where like now, like I'll admit I smother Lily, like I'll like whenever I'm playing with her or something, and I'll be like playing with her, and I'll just keep it going for so long. Eventually, she'll be like, "Daddy, leave me alone." But it's kind of to that point where like that's kind of a good thing because like she is pretty fucking independent.
Yeah.
And she can do a lot of shit by herself because she wants to learn how to do it. And it's just those kind of things where like she is interested in cooking because I let her like watch me cook, or I'll hold her while I'm cooking and stuff like that, or I'll fucking smother her to the point where she's like, "Okay, dude, I'm good. I'll play with fucking troll dolls by myself."
Yeah, the whole key to it is just doing it in doses, like giving them a little bit of both, giving them some independence, and then also giving them, like you said, smother them. That's what I do to Kira too. Like I'll come home and I'll just play with her for about an hour or two, and then I'll go do my own thing and let her do her own thing. It's like it's keeping the balance.
Yeah, I didn't realize it would be so heavy on parenting, but but it is very important as far as how your environment is being raised. Because sorry to say, if you were raised in a really shitty area or something, you're probably shitty. But I've seen plenty of people that have come from bad areas and just don't fucking ever want to go back there again.
Yeah. And
they end up turning it around. But I think just for me, the bad stands out more than the good. Much like, a lot of things. And I just don't see a lot of people turning it around anymore.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of different reasons why that could be. The biggest reason could be college tuitions. I'm going to let Chris get into that right now while I take a sip.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on. Let's get into the capitalization of higher education, which, is an example of, like, is our own society keeping us dumber? Like I was talking about in the intro to this episode, kind of a theory that maybe the government is trying to make us dumb. And it's a good theory because it's totally believable. Why wouldn't they want us to be dumb? So anyway, there's been this truly mind-boggling increase in college tuition since 1960. For example, law school tuition has risen nearly 1,000% after adjusting for inflation. Around 1960, the median annual tuition and fees at private law schools was $475. $475 in 1960 is equivalent in purchasing power to about $4,136 and 95 cents in 2020. So, fuck, that's a lot.
Yeah.
The median for public law schools was $204. $204 in 1960 is equivalent to $1,776.71 in today's money.
Yep.
In 2009, however, the private law school median was $36,000. The public resident median was $16,546. And now, in 2020, the law school median is about $49,548, and the public and private colleges still hover around the $36,000 to $16,000 mark. Fuck.
Yeah.
And I can speak from experience, too, because I wasn't trying to go to law school or anything. I'm not that smart. But I was trying to go to business school.
Mm-hmm.
And I even talked to a recruiter and all that stuff. I've been following the enrollment steps. I was going to just, take a business course to try to get like an associate's degree or something. Granted, this is for out-of-state tuition because they're based in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But their tuition was $9,000 a semester. How am I supposed to afford that?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even make $9,000 in that time frame. So there's no way I'd pay that.
Yeah, you'd have to be a higher middle class to even, like a higher middle class family with one kid. That kid could maybe have, an associate.
And like the funniest thing too is during this whole enrollment thing, The very first thing she did, she didn't even ask if I needed it. She just automatically started, hey, you should do this, fill this out. And I was like, okay, it was FAFSA, financial aid.
Yeah.
So immediately she already knows most people can't afford this. I don't know why, but that's just so fucked up knowing that she already knows.
Yeah, her default is to hand out those forms.
Her default is knowing they can't afford this. Here's your form to see if you can get some money to afford this. It's fucking ridiculous. But okay, due to market distortions like the proliferation, I can't read that word, of unnecessary state licensing, requirements that require useless paper credentials, and financial aid that directly encourages colleges to raise tuition. Colleges can raise tuition year after year, consuming a larger and larger fraction of the increased lifetime earnings students hope to obtain by going to college. As George Leaf notes, long-term average earnings for individuals with BA degrees have not risen much, and in the last few years have dipped. Meanwhile, college students learn less and less with each passing year. 36% of college students learned little in 4 years of college, and students now spend 50% less time studying compared with students a few decades ago, the research shows. 32% never take a course in a typical semester where they read more than 40 pages per week. People thought college was too expensive back in 1960, when tuition was just a tiny fraction of what it is today, which is pretty funny. For example, they worried about the rising cost of a law school education and the resulting increase in student loans and debt. The cost of attending law school at least doubled in the past 16 years, raising the question whether able but impecunious, I don't know that word, students are being directed away from the law study. Schools reported that students were reluctant to take out loans owing fear of debts, particularly during the low-income years immediately after graduation. They could never have imagined what a monumental ripoff college tuition would be today, because it's exponentially more than it was in 1960. Now, this isn't just college, of course. As data shows, housing prices have gone way up. In 1960, the median home value in the U.S. was $11,900, which is equivalent to around $98,000 in today's dollars. And in 2000, it rose to over $170,000. So, like today, basically, if you're buying a house, you're just buying a stylized coffin. Mm-hmm. And it's only kept rising. As of April 2018, the median home value has ballooned to over 210,000. Oh my God, 210,200. Sorry, there's a lot of twos and shit in there. $210,200 according to Zillow. Adjusting for inflation, that's a 114% increase since 1960. 114%. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So with that, I understand the insane difficulty of getting out of your own class, because the world does in fact seem like it's against you. Like everything is just getting exponentially more costly. Like we said, education, buying a fucking house. I can't even find an apartment right now.
Yeah.
It sucks. And you
have amazing credit too.
Yeah, I have fantastic credit. I don't make a shit ton of money, but I make pretty decent money. And yeah, I can't find a house, or I can't find an apartment. I'm going to have to probably find roommates or something. Yeah. It's just the way it is now. It's dumb. And I mean, even when I was making good money, when I was, working at,
which place?
Zimmer.
You already said them earlier.
Yeah, but when I was working there for their Tucson office, I was making good money. And even then, it seemed like I was just breaking even. And I was making, I think that year I made $52,000, which is pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's pretty good, especially for somebody my age. And I was just barely getting by with the bills. Mm-hmm. Like I only had maybe like $200 that I could spend like every month.
Yeah, because when I was staying with you, you were like getting on my ass about the internet and stuff like that.
Yeah, the internet and fucking all that stuff, because it's like, yeah, even when I was making that much money, it still was like impossible to pay for everything. Mm-hmm. And it's dumb. It's like right now I was checking my bank account last night, and like, yeah, it's basically saying that I spend more than I make. And I'm like, that's disheartening.
Yeah.
But yeah, even when it comes to public education, there's this, just this capitalization on this stuff too. So I'm going to have Sean go over that stuff with you guys.
Yeah. Public investment in K-12 schools, crucial for communities to thrive and the U.S. economy to offer broad opportunities, has declined dramatically in a number of states over the last decade. Worse, some of the deepest cutting states have also cut income tax rates, weakening their main revenue source for supporting schools. Most states cut school funding after the recession hit, and that was in 2008, I think. And it took years for the states to restore their funding to pre-recession levels. In 2015, the latest year for which comprehensive spending data are available from the U.S. Census Bureau, 29 states, only 29, were still providing less total school funding per student that they were in 2008. So it's the majority is doing okay, but still, 29 states, including our state, is fucked. In most states, school funding has gradually improved since 2015, but some states that cut very deeply after the recession are still providing much less effort. As of the current 2017 to 18 school year, at least 12 states have cut general or formula funding, the primary form of state support for elementary and secondary schools, by 7% or more per student over the last decade. According to a survey that was conducted using state budget documents, 7 of those 12 states, Arizona, Idaho, Kansas, Michigan, Mississippi, North Carolina, and Oklahoma, enacted income tax rates costing tens of hundreds of millions of dollars each year rather than restoring education funding. Kansas repealed some of the tax cuts earlier this year and increased school funding, but not enough to restore previous funding levels or satisfy the state's Supreme Court, which recently ruled that the funding is unconstitutionally inadequate. Our country's future depends heavily on the quality of its schools. Increasing financial support can help K-12 schools implement proven reforms such as hiring and retaining excellent teachers, reducing class sizes, and expanding the availability of high-quality early education. So, it's problematic that some states have headed simply in the opposite direction over the last decade. These cuts risk undermining schools' capacity to develop the intelligence and creativity of the next generation of workers and entrepreneurs. So, basically, these cuts are already showing fucking detrimental effects to society as a whole.
Yeah.
And fucking me included, because honestly, dude, everything I know, I mean, I'm a high school dropout, but that has nothing to do with the school's funding. But everything I know is because I looked it up of my own accord.
Yeah, and it's kind of for me too. Like, most of my knowledge just comes from life experience or looking shit up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't retain hardly anything I learned from school.
Yeah, honestly, there's only one teacher I had, shout out Mr. Ammerman, that actually gave a fuck about what he was teaching, and he was my science teacher. And why do you think I'm fucking obsessed with, like, astrophysics and science as a whole and shit, and why I completely side with scientists on fucking everything, is because if he wasn't like, hey, pretty much everyone that tells you something, like, make sure it's cited and fucking, but like, he taught me the whole, like how to study and all that shit, dude. He's the only fucking one that gave a shit. Whereas all my other teachers, I'm not going to count, like, elementary school because,
Yeah, you don't fucking remember anything from elementary school.
Yeah, but like middle school and up, I think I had him for 4 years. And it's just one of those things that, like, if you just care a little bit more as a teacher, and shout out to teachers, because I know it's a fucking pain in the ass and you guys don't earn enough.
Yeah.
But that phrase that if you can't do, you teach, it seems to be pretty consistent as far as my experience with teachers go. It seems like all these fucking teachers wanted to go out and become poets or true scientists, rocket scientists, and fucking historians and stuff like that, and it just didn't work out, and they landed themselves in Globe, Arizona as a fucking public educator.
Yeah, I mean, from my experience, that's kind of true too, because my forensics teacher, I can't even remember his name anymore, which is sad, but Like, yeah, he had his own side company where he did like these party type things where he'd go to your house and like have set up like this fake crime scene for you to solve and stuff like that. So it seemed like he really wanted to be like an actual forensics investigator, and instead he ended up becoming a forensics teacher at a high school.
Yeah, but at least he put in that effort where he would.
Yeah, I was like, that was a good thing though. Is like he obviously took it and made his own business out of it, which was good.
Yeah.
But still, it's just stuff like that. And then I can remember. I don't remember what year it was. It was sometime in middle school, but I had a history teacher that said he was trying to be like a college professor, and then he wanted to work in a museum, and none of those things turned out for him, so he ended up doing middle school teaching history. And like, I was a big nerd, so I of course like would talk to him about stuff that I found interesting. Like, I remember we were watching like Flyboys for, was that World War I or World War II? I can't remember. I can't remember what that movie is. Yeah, whatever that was, we were talking about that and stuff, and like, yeah, that was when he was telling me about it. And like, yeah, it's sad that happens for a lot of teachers, but that's also sort of the problem, is because a lot of those teachers don't want to be teachers.
Yeah.
And that's, it might not seem so important because that the same can be said for a lot of jobs. Like, I'm sure you don't want to be working where you work. I don't want to be working where I work, but we're doing it anyway. Yeah. But there are people who, and I would, without gloating, I would like to say, like myself, who take pride no matter what they're doing. Like, I take immense pride in anything I'm doing for work.
Yeah.
I always go in there and I'm like, I'm going to be the fucking best at this.
Yeah.
And that can't be said for a whole shit ton of people. In life. So, we have teachers that are getting put in these positions and they don't have that attitude, then of course we're not going to be being taught the right amount of stuff or in the right way that we retain that information. Because I can't even remember half my teachers' names because they were so just uninvolved with their job. Yeah. Like, even that forensics teacher, he was cool and everything. Like, I really liked him, but he never really made much of an impact aside from, and it was mostly just because I found interest in forensics. Yeah. That's the reason I remember him.
The funny thing is, whenever I started being not close with Mr. Hammerman, but when I was like, holy shit, this dude's awesome, was I was actually in summer school because your boy doesn't do really well in school. I was in summer school and he was one of the supplementary teachers or whatever to help. You basically just did computer work and they had to monitor you, make sure you weren't on Pornhub and shit. But yeah, he walked by and I think I was talking to my friend Malik about Fable, the video game. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he was all like, are you guys talking about video games? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, I heard you guys say Fable, that's why I was interested. And I was like, yeah, I was just telling him I finished fighting Jack or whatever the fuck, Jack of Blades in Fable, and he was all like, "Oh yeah, you should go to this area and find this sword and bullet." And like I went home and I did it, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, I was like, "Holy fuck!" And then just randomly, like, he was an amazing teacher, and like, he tried to be your friend, which most teachers seem to not do. Yeah. And and that's a skill like I seem to have picked up. Like, I'm pretty sure I can be fucking friends with anybody. Like, not a lot of people don't like me.
Yeah.
But that's also, it puts me in tight spots because now I'm friends with people that hate each other.
Friends with? Oh.
Well, no, I'm friends with people that I don't want to be friends with.
Like, I've ended up in that spot too, where I'm too nice and I'm like, I don't want to be your friend.
Yeah. But like, I get put in those situations and shit like that. But he was just so involved and friendly. And I think the last time I ran into him, like, he was giving me recommendations on anime because I ran into him as an adult at like a Circle K or something. And he was all like, I don't know what the fuck we started talking about, but yeah, he like recommended that I watch Berserk and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
But it's just one of those like people, like, I guarantee you run into any of your high school teachers, they probably won't remember you.
Probably not.
And same with mine. Like, I have one of my favorite teachers and one of the ones that I fucking hated. And I don't remember her name because fuck her. But yeah, I'm just saying, if you're planning on being a teacher, make sure you actually put the heart into it. These are people's lives that you're dealing with. Their futures depend on how you react with them. And also, like I said before, I'm way more interested in sciences because of him. I'm good at English. I'm not good at math because none of my fucking math teachers fucking gave a shit. That's for sure. And I'm good at history because I had a decent history teacher. But yeah, if you're going to become a teacher, just make sure that you put your heart into it. And thank you for those that do.
Yeah, make them remember you for good things, though. Don't make them remember you for bad things.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and if you are one of those teachers who are, like, passionate about what you're teaching, then find a way to channel that passion. Like, you know, like I said, I do remember my forensics teacher because, you know, I, A, was interested in forensics, but B, everything he did was forensics based. Like, he had his own company that was forensics. We watched Forensic Files, a show I still watch to this day because we watched it there. He showed me Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks, which is a fucking phenomenal movie. That was the first time I ever watched it. Now I can't not watch that like every year. But just do stuff like that. Stuff that'll like, you don't have to get everybody's attention. You just have to get certain people's attention. Mm-hmm. The people that want to learn, those are the ones you want to get. So like as I was saying, if you're a passionate teacher and you're passionate about what you're teaching, then narrow in on those people. You don't have to get the whole classroom to like you. You just need to get that one person. Yeah. It's like, you know, in a classroom full of people, there's probably only going to be like one or two brilliant people in there anyway. Yeah. So you just need to find those people.
Let's be real. There's always that one kid in class that just smelled like shit. like you don't want to zone in on him. Yeah. Because dude, every fucking classroom. Okay, sidebar. Why does every fucking classroom always have that one kid? Did I ever tell? Okay, very quickly. There was this kid. I was in PE. I was in 5th grade, and I got sick. Right, so I threw up on the floor. And I was like, fuck. And I my PE teacher was like, oh, just lay down on this mat.
This better not be going where I think it's going.
It's going where you think it's going. I laid down on the mat, and then the nurse came in and was, like, oh, just get up. You're fine. Blah, blah. Fucking, because school nurses are trash.
Yeah, they don't care.
But, basically, half the class was like, dude, I don't want you to throw up again. But that kid tasted your fucking vomit.
God.
Yeah, like he apparently stuck his finger in my vomit and tasted it.
What the hell?
And there's always that one bitch that like hissed for some reason. Why am I accurate? There's always that one fucking chick that you're like, hey, what are you drawing? So, and you're like, what the fuck?
Like,
okay. But yeah, don't zone in on those kids because they're not going anywhere.
Just at best keep them from shooting up the fucking school.
Yeah. Anyway, as far as that kind of shit goes, now that I got my bullying out of the way, let's talk about social media. It's not too smart to overindulge in social media. Your friends may accidentally make you feel excluded on social media, and that can harm your ability to think intelligently, according to a recent study of 194 individuals conducted by New York's University at Buffalo and published in the Journal of Social Science Computer Review. Indeed, the study, which looked at Facebook and other similar social media platforms, found that many social media posts, even when they aren't intended to, make us feel excluded. And those feelings of social exclusion can evoke, quote, various physical and psychological consequences, such as reduced complex cognitive thought, unquote, says lead author Jessica Covert, which is a fucking dope-ass name, a graduate student in UB's Department of Communication. Though the study notes that social exclusion is often unintentional, the sheer ability to remain informed of where one's friends are at any given time can be interpreted in ways that make people feel left out. University of Buffalo Associate Professor Michael Stefanone?
I don't know.
Stefanone? Yeah, fuck it. Stefanone. Quote, we're using these technologies daily, and they're pushing information to users about their networks, which is what the sites are designed to do. But in the end, there's a negative effect on people's well-being, unquote. Again, quote, social exclusion, even something that might seem trivial, is one of the most powerful sanctions people can use on others. it can have damaging psychological effects, said Stefanone. He explains that after experiencing an exchange like this, the brain's self-regulating function takes over and moderates a range of feelings, but that process requires mental resources that in turn inhibit intelligent thought. It's not just social media addicts who are susceptible. Regular, benign, and common use of this platform can lead to short-term inhibition of intelligent thought, Stefanone said. This comes at a time when Americans are spending on average of 24 hours per week online, according to the MIT Technology Review. Of that, people between the ages of 35 and 49 spend almost 7 hours a week on social media, according to a 2017 report from Nielsen, where millennials ages 18 to 34 spend just over 6 hours per week on social media services, which that kind of surprised me. And thought inhibition is just one of the negative social effects social media has on people. It can decrease your productivity, increase your chances of getting bullied, according to a 2015 study on Penn State. It can up your risk of depression and anxiety, according to a 2017 study published in the journal Computers and Human Behavior. Licensed therapist Gemma Quick told Moneyish, most social media is a curated snapshot of people's lives, and it doesn't accurately reflect the full range of the human experience. Many people can feel more anxious or depressed when they compare their lives to what they see on social media, even if it's an inauthentic representation of someone's life.
Yeah, I want to interrupt for a minute and say that that's completely true, because I, for one, know that my girlfriend Crystal goes on TikTok like nearly for way more than she should every single day.
Yeah.
And yeah, compares herself to these girls that are on there. And I mean, I'm sure she did it before that too. Like, I still remember that she used to do it with fucking Facebook or Instagram or whatever she was on. It's like most of these girls will go on there and compare themselves to these girls that are on there, but they don't realize that these people, most of them that are fucking trending or whatever you want to call it, because I don't use this shit, but that are doing these dances and making themselves look sexy and hot, that's their job.
Yeah.
Like, Instagram literally has Instagram models. That's their job, to go on there and be hot and, you know, make you fucking hate yourself, basically.
Yeah.
That's not their goal, but that's basically what they're there for, is to make you, you know, look at them like, oh my God, they're so fucking hot and amazing, I want to be them. It's like, yeah, that's their job. Their job is literally just that.
Yeah.
So don't compare yourself to these people, because that's not your job. Your job is whatever you're fucking doing in that current day. Like, my job is to go work in a warehouse. I'm not going to compare myself to some fucking Instagram dude that's on there like posting his fucking six-pack abs, because I don't work out, you know, 24/7, and I don't fucking eat fresh veggies and, you know, have this weird diet where I have to shit my brains out to keep a six-pack. It's like, yeah, I hate that a lot of girls like get that in their head that they have to look the way that these girls do and stuff like that, or do the things that these people do that they see on social media. That is kind of, in a way, dumbing people down, because they, you know, like I said, they just make themselves think that they have to be that way, and that's not it. That's their job. You have to remember that's usually their job.
Yeah. And to be fair, it does kind of, it's supposed to provoke you to like get fit and shit, I suppose. But yeah, the majority of it is people just being like, oh, I don't look like that. And it just makes them wallow in self-pity, which, you know, I get. But yeah, just don't compare yourself. Like, fucking, guess what? If I go on Instagram right now and I find some dude with a fucking 8-pack, I bet that motherfucker can't build a computer, and he's not half as funny as I am, so he can suck my dick.
Well, and just remember,
little dick.
But just remember too that sex and money are the two biggest sellers. Sex and money. So what do these Instagram models and these TikTokers always look like? They look sexy and they look like they have money. So that's exactly why they keep your attention. Yeah.
Anyway, furthermore, on social media, it can be so detrimental to one's psyche that there are rehab centers devoted to helping people cope with social media addictions.
I feel that feels bad to laugh about, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah, but seriously, fuck you. If you have an addiction to social media,
just put your fucking phone down.
And teenagers are most at risk, according to Business Insider. I mean, I guess generations, it's different for everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. It's still, that's That's a mental thing.
Yeah.
You need to just put your damn phone down. It's not that difficult.
Yeah. A study from Pew Research revealed that a quarter of teens ages 13 to 17 say the effect on social media is mostly negative because of bullying. Its potential to harm relationships, creating unrealistic views of others' lives and peer pressure. Quick says a recurring issue she sees are people having a hard time moving on from past relationships because they're still connected via social media. That I didn't have that problem. I'm connected with like pretty much every single chick I used to date, and like I don't even fucking talk to them.
I just don't follow them or anything, so I never see. It's not like I really think about my exes or anything anyway, so I don't really give a shit.
Like my ex-girlfriend, I'm friends with her on Facebook, and you know I'm not close with her, but I'm friends with her, and you know I'm actually friends with like. You know, I can run into her family and they won't fucking be like, get the fuck out of here. But I don't know. That doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
But I guess that's just, you know, differences for people. Anyway, quote, I'd like to offer the friendly reminder that you actually get to choose what you look at on social media. So every once in a while, take stock of whether or not your feed is helping you or harming your mental health, said Quick. Which I 100% agree with.
Yeah, so like I was saying, you know, put your fucking phone down.
Yeah, and that's the thing she's saying. You don't even have to put your phone down. Just change your fucking preferences.
Yeah.
Because like if I go on Reddit is full of like the biggest assholes of the fucking internet. Like I think I posted something on PewDiePie submissions because I watch PewDiePie. Fuck you. And whenever I post on there, I was covering a sign at my old job, and it says, "Don't forget your PPE." And yeah, PewDiePie has a joke, you know, that he rates, you know, he rates fucking his memes or whatever that he views on his channel or whatever. He calls it big PP or small PP. It's a very childish joke, but I don't fucking care. It makes me laugh. So I covered the E, and it says, "Don't forget your PP." Fucking haha chuckles. And then someone just pointed out, it says, "You need to clean your fucking fingernails."
Yeah,
and I was like, what? So yeah, and then like, you know, you can only match that shit, and you know, I don't take it to heart, but I just I was like, yeah, I'll think about bringing a manicure kit next time working with metal, you fucking idiot. Like, but yeah, it's just like don't take everything to heart and change your fucking preferences. I mean, if I want just to see porn on Reddit, guess what I'm gonna fucking see? I'm gonna see just porn. And there's like, you know, just Reddit as an example, I have like wholesome memes that like kind of give you a little kick. But like with Facebook, I know that's mostly based off a feed from other people, but if someone else is bumming you the fuck out, then just
unfollow them.
Yeah, just unfollow them. You don't even have to unfriend them. Unfollow them. You don't have to see their shit on your wall.
Well, and that's my thing too with like how I was talking about, like, you know I see so many girls just sitting there fucking burying their face in their phone watching TikTok. Mm-hmm. If you are watching a TikTok and it's making you go, man, I really wish I looked like that person or whatever, stop watching it. Because it's not doing you any good. If it's not motivating you to like get up and exercise or eat better or whatever, then stop watching it if all you're going to do is complain at yourself.
Yeah.
Because for me, if I see something and it makes me uncomfortable, guess what? I don't watch it anymore.
Yeah, and it's simple marketing too. I mean, most of the time that I like get pumped up to like do something is like if I watch those DIY videos on Facebook or something where they're like, oh yeah, I want to show you this really cool trick and blah, blah, like, and if they have that like educational, like, oh dude, check this out, it's so fucking cool, then you're going to take it better than if someone's like, are you tired of fucking sitting at home and being a piece of shit? Then you're going to be like, yeah, you know. But like, it's just that type of marketing. Some people get pumped up with that kick in the ass, some people don't. And
yeah, well,
you know, like,
and just in my experience, most people don't get pumped up from that. They need positive reinforcement because it seems like everybody else is too weak to take negative criticism. So it's like nobody likes hearing like, you're a fat piece of shit. And they're like, well, I'd rather be called like a flabby piece of shit.
But yeah, like, I mean, I don't necessarily like being told that I'm doing a bad job or anything like that. Or, you know, if someone, not being told I've been doing a bad job, but if someone's like, hey, you could be doing better. What I hear, and this is dumb, but what I hear is like, you're doing okay, but you can do better. And then from that, I just put, you're doing okay. So that means I just settle with being like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm not going to get fired or anything.
But well, I don't have to improve.
Yeah, but if someone's like, hey, do this right fucking now, or I'm going to cut your foreskin off, I'll be like, oh, okay. And, you know, My boss isn't gonna fucking do that anytime soon. But yeah, just with that kind of shit, like I know from my history that I respond better or I'll do something from negative reinforcement. And do I like that? No. But it always fucking works. So obviously it works with me. But I know a lot of people nowadays are just a little bit softer, and positive reinforcement seems to work, but I don't know. I don't back that up.
Yeah, in terms of marketing, it's a little different, but I think, like, you know, if I were a supervisor or boss or whatever, my approach would be doing it gently at first. Yeah, and then if they don't listen, that's when you kick them in the ass.
Yeah, that's
how I think that's how it should work. You know, don't come at them full fucking bore. Like, I mean, I was telling Crystal about the other day, this kid Xavier was on his phone at work, and I had also checked a message. Like, it maybe took me like 30 seconds. I looked at my phone, looked at the message, put it back in my pocket, and that was literally it. And my manager walked by, and he's watching Xavier on his phone. And he goes, "Hey, is there a reason you're on your phone for so damn long?" And Xavier like looks up at him like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, I was just doing whatever." And like Matt doesn't even let him finish. He's just like, "Well, you need to put your damn phone away. If you guys are going to be at work, you need to be working, not being on your phone." And he's like, "And that goes for you too." And he points to me, and I like just kind of looked at him and was like, "Okay, whatever." And like just kind of rolled my eyes and went back to work. But it's like shit like that. See, if he would have just came up and been like, "Hey man, can you just not be on your phone for so long?" And I would have been like, "Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I was just checking a message."
Yeah.
It would have been fine. I wouldn't have even cared to tell that story to anybody.
As far as phones go, I never, like, what was it? My boss wrote something on a note that was essentially being like, or no, she told me that I need to, because she can watch from the cameras every now and again, and just be like, "Hey, when you were checking this dude out, you were on your phone at the same time." And I'm like, I'll back up. I'm sorry. But like, I even told her before, like, if she came in and I was like in the middle of texting like Brittany, and you know, that's my family. If she were to like, "Get off your phone," I'm like, "No, I'm gonna finish my text."
Yeah.
And I've told her that before. I'm like, "No, I'm texting someone important. I'm not fucking around. Just give me a second." Like, and and like with certain people at work, of course, I understand where she's coming from, because some people just don't get off their phone. But in context, like, I think, like I said, she wrote down something somewhere. I can't remember the fuck she put it, but it was basically like, "Oh, if you're on your phone, then I'm just gonna lock it in the safe." And then I was telling my friend at work, I'm like, "Yeah, no, she won't." Like, if she ever fucking came up to me and was like, "I'll give it here," I'm like, "No, I'll go home, thank you." But like with certain things like that, like at work, I don't know why I don't respond positively. Well, I guess it's my own property, so that's why I'm like, "No, fuck you, I don't give a shit." But I don't know. Anyway, the whole point of that was to just point out that different kinds of reinforcement, and you have to acknowledge what kind of enforcement you prefer, or not even that you prefer, but what actually gets you to do shit. And it really does bring into like just the environment, like, of like kids as well, because I know so many fucking people that raise their kids, and they negotiate with their kids. Like, who the fuck negotiates with their kids?
I don't know. That's like a newer age type of parenting method, I guess.
I don't get it.
That's just teaching them to overstep you.
Yeah,
honestly. But anyway, before we move on to our next topic line here, allow me to make a quick interruption for Tipplers Tidbit. Tipplers Tidbit. Tipplers Tidbit is a short segment where I give you one small random fun fact about alcohol. So you can be a little know-it-all smarty pants, a fuckboy of knowledge, so to speak. Or fuck girl. Game. The fuck game. Don't discriminate. Okay. Here's the Tipplers Tidbit for today. The creation of beer dates back to as far as 5000 BC, making it the oldest recorded recipe in the world. How cool is that? That even back in 5000 BC, people were trying to find ways to numb the pain of crushing depression brought on by delusions of impossible grandeur and an overactive imagination addicted to questioning one's own existence and purpose in the universe. Or, you know, just trying to get drunk and have fun. That last bit might just be me. Either way, that was your Tipplers Tidbit. Tipplers Well, how about conspiracy theories? Now, while even me and Sean, believe the occasional conspiracy theory, when there's enough sound logic and evidence, to come to such a conclusion, we still feel that we have to put this out there. Researchers have been hard at work examining why a small minority of the population believe and even thrive on conspiracy theories. As it turns out, personality traits such as openness to experience, distrust, low agreeability, and Machiavellianism are associated with conspiracy belief. For those of you who don't know what Machiavellianism in psychology refers to, a personality trait which sees a person so focused on their own interests they will manipulate, deceive, and exploit others to achieve their goals. Machiavellianism in one of the traits in what is called the dark triad, the other two being narcissism and psychopathy. Low agreeability refers to a trait of agreeableness, which psychologists define as how much an individual is dependable, kind, and cooperative. Someone with low agreeability is an individual who is usually not very dependable, kind, or cooperative. In terms of cognitive process, people with stronger conspiracy beliefs are more likely to overestimate the likelihood of co-occurring events to attribute intentionally where it is unlikely to exist, and to have lower levels of analytical thinking. None of this should be surprising because once you start to analyze a situation with demonstrable facts, it is usually and quite thoroughly will break down the conspiracy theory into its component parts, none of which make sense standing on their own.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there's a conspiracy theory that there are two shooters at the Las Vegas massacre, which is that shooting that took place, just a few years back. It's one of the largest mass shootings in modern U.S. history. The theory, believed by tens of thousands of people around the world, rests on the evidence of two grainy, hard-to-hear videos from eyewitnesses. These videos suggest that somehow a second shooter was able to shoot from the 4th floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel, despite the fact that there were no broken windows on the 4th floor, and police searching the building floor by floor heard no such shots. One with zero evidence, conspiracy theorists need to invent a reason for a second shooter in Las Vegas to match what they see as facts. But once a person starts inventing a narrative out of thin air, you can see very little critical thinking occurring. So what is the purpose of this second shooter? As proof that the official narrative is false, as the second shooter points to some New World Order plot that is intent on taking over our government and society, or something like that. The rationale for a second shooter requires a suspension of your belief in reality and simple critical thinking.
Yeah, and it's also worth mentioning that conspiracy theories make people feel special. We argue that people high in need for uniqueness should be more likely than others to endorse conspiracy beliefs because conspiracy theories represent the possession of unconventional and potentially scarce information. Moreover, conspiracy theories rely on narratives that refer to withholding secret knowledge like the Freemasons, or information which by definition is not accessible to everyone. Otherwise, it would not be a secret, and it would be a well-known fact. Freemasons, by the way, are a secret society that, old as shit, but, it's not even that big of a fucking deal. They mostly just get together and have dinners and, have contacts within it. So people who believe in conspiracy theories can feel special in a positive sense because they may feel that they are more informed than others about important social and political events. These studies can also be connected to recent research demonstrating that individual narcissism, or a grandiose idea of self, is positively related to belief in conspiracy theories. Interestingly, it has been found that paranoid thought mediates the relationship between individual narcissism and conspiracy beliefs. The current work suggests, however, that need for uniqueness could be an additional mediator of this relationship. Indeed, previous work has shown that narcissism is positively correlated with the need for uniqueness, and it is shown indisputably that the need for uniqueness is related to conspiracy beliefs.
Yeah, and as far as conspiracy theories go, I know we were kind of talking about this already with this, but I was thinking about it. I don't know why I was thinking about it the other day at work. I think I was re-listening to one of our episodes, and the thing about conspiracy theories is just like kind of how it was saying, like it kind of makes you feel important. It gives you this like grandiose sense of self because you know more, and like a lot of people will come up with these things just to make it seem like they know more than they do. And like that's just one of the things is like that's just a common human trait is to just pretend like you know more than you know. Like I know so many damn people, I mean, like just from my work experiences, that act like they know more than they do just because they want you to think highly of them. And which is funny, if you're one of those people, don't fucking do it, because it honestly just always has the opposite effect. Unless you can prove that you know what you're talking about, then you just end up looking stupid.
Very few people actually have the charisma to pull that off.
The only times I ever try to convince somebody I know more than I know is when I know that I am making an assumption that is more than likely correct. So like I'll basically, if I'm lying about something that I don't know for sure is 100% fact, I'll go based off my assumptions that I have the best percentage chance of being correct about. So like I don't know, it's hard to give an example of that, but like I only ever gamble basically when I think I have the best chance of winning.
Well, also it helps if you show humility as well. Like if I'm talking to someone about something that's out of my my range, then I'll just bring up like I might be wrong about this, but isn't it true that blah blah blah. Like you just put in those phrases like I might be wrong. This might be ignorant.
You back yourself up by possibly being wrong.
Like and almost nobody's like almost everybody I've said that to has been like no that's actually pretty accurate. I'm like what, but just giving that humility and humbleness to it, like that's what helps you. And I'm not trying to give you a pass on lying. You should be truthful, but sometimes if you're in an awkward situation where you're talking to someone, it happens more often than it should. But I'm not gonna fucking stop someone from talking about cars just because I'm like, I don't care about cars, bro.
But the other thing I wanted to say about conspiracy theories is that the thing you have to keep in mind with conspiracy theories is it's misleading, because conspiracy theories are often founded around like taking a single fact and then building all of this non-factual information around it. So like with the Wayfair stuff, they took the fact of, and this was what made me think about it as I was listening to that episode, going through it and everything, and listening to all the stuff that we gave about it. The first fact that you get there is that, we have this furniture that's way higher priced than we think it should be. Than we think it should be. We don't know. So already you're making theories about it. So the facts are this furniture is high priced. The theory about it is it's not, supposed to cost that much. Okay, you're already making a theory off of it. And then the conspiracy theory just builds off of that. So the problem with conspiracy theories is you start taking all of this stuff that they're telling you as factual information instead of it being theory. And that's the biggest problem, is it's called a conspiracy theory. It's not a conspiracy fact. It's not based off of many facts. Most of the shit that you look into for conspiracy theories is not based off of facts. Most of it is based off of just somebody like me coming up with stuff, fucking randomly. Like I could make a whole conspiracy theory about somebody breaking into my car if I came down to my car right now and saw that my door was open. I could be like, I saw these two kids when I came out of my car. It was probably them. That's based off of nothing other than the fact that I saw them when I was getting out of my car. And it's stuff like that conspiracy theories just build upon, and so many people buy into it so hard because they take all of this, like, what is it called? Circumstantial evidence.
And also when you build it on the back of something that is going to catch your eye, like Wayfair has human trafficking. The only reason they went off of human trafficking was because it matched up with some of those names. However, we already said that those names, most of those kids were already found. Unfortunately,
some of them were found, and
unfortunately they were dead or whatever. But they were already found before the Wayfair shit. So that would make sense that they were trafficking those children if they were already dead. Still shitty. But I'm just saying, like, that completely falls apart. And if you just say something like rape, fucking human trafficking, pedophilia, those words are very ear-catching because we don't hear those words. And
yeah, it's not a common topic, so when you hear it, it catches you.
Yeah, it's the same way with fucking just cussing in general. Like, I'll say fuck, shit, and ass all day long. Those are pretty common cuss words to, an average sailor. But if I call someone a cunt, then they're going to be like, oh, what? Because you don't hear that cuss word very often in, in the U.S. It's not a common cuss word that we say. That's why I think it's a better cuss word, because if you call someone a cunt, it's going to get their fucking, it's going to hit their soul, bro.
It's going to make their blood boil.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things that you can't just... I've said this so many times before. Just do your own goddamn research. And by the way, whatever research that you do, make it unbiased. If you're Googling Wayfair conspiracy, you're gonna find that conspiracy, right? But if you look up Wayfair allegations, you get to see the other side of it. Yeah, it's all about wording.
Try to find the facts that prove it and the facts that disprove it, not just one or the other. Because if you try to find one or the other, you're going to find exactly what you're looking for, and you're going to convince yourself of whatever you're trying to believe. So if you're trying to believe it's real, you're going to find stuff that'll convince you that it's real.
Yeah.
You have to remain unbiased, and that is the biggest thing with conspiracy theories. And that is why so many people are convinced by these conspiracy theories, because they want to believe it. Like, do I want to believe that Wayfair is selling children through their website? Of course I do, because it's so enthralling, in the conspiracy theory itself is such a, like, what do I want to say? It's like, it's such a convincing thing.
Yeah.
Like, everything that we've been hearing about it is so convincing. But like I said, most of it is just circumstantial evidence. It's not really based off of anything. So of course I want to believe it. But when you start digging into it, like we did with the last episode, it just falls apart.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, when I first heard about it, I fucking full bore believed it. I was like, holy shit, I can't believe this. All of this makes sense. And then you start taking in the actual real world evidence, and it's like, okay, well, now it doesn't make so much sense.
Yeah, I took a step back. I think by the way, shout out to Mackenzie Stanner, because it was one of her posts that pointed it out, and we bickered. We didn't argue. She's a friend, but I bickered with her over it, because I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking seen. Because like, from the get-go, I already knew it wasn't real, and I still could be wrong, and that's another thing. You have to always be in that side, like, hey, if I was wrong, then fine, whatever. Yeah. Because honestly, if I was wrong, fucking holy shit, this whole thing got blown wide open. But I'm not gonna share shit from unsighted sources and people spouting fucking whatever random bullshit that'll catch your ear.
Yeah, in court, that is called hearsay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stand up. So, I mean, like, that'd be like me trying to grab somebody off the street, watching, like, a fight or whatever, from the corner of his eye or something, to try to say whose side did what or whatever. It doesn't make any sense. It's hearsay.
Yeah. But either way, I still appreciate her posting that. And, she wasn't shitty with me, and I was trying my best not to be shitty with her. But, I'm an asshole at heart. So, but yeah, I still appreciate the fact that, like, we could semi-argue about it, not full be like, you're a fucking idiot or anything like that. Like, we're not like that. But it was still enriching, and I just told her, like, hey, just back it up. That's all I want you to do. Back it up and show me more evidence, and then, yeah, I'll believe it if it's solid. I didn't, but, that's also my own prerogative.
That's one of the problems, too, is I think that conspiracy theories are harming us in terms of, like, intelligence. Because I think it's kind of so easy to make conspiracy theories believable nowadays.
Yeah.
With just how much distrust there is in our government and stuff like that. Anything to do with our government, you're probably going to be able to convince somebody that it's real. Like, I mean, I could be like, yeah, they're making monkeys that are smarter than people, and Planet of the Apes is going to be a real fucking thing. And they're like, fucking serious. They're like, yeah, the government's fucking covering it up, dude. But you got to, like, the Planet of the Apes movies are actually documentaries. They were, like, on the flight log for Epstein. Like, look it up. It says Caesar on there somewhere. No, but it's just, like, that dumb. Like, nowadays you can make up anything and people will believe it as long as you throw government in there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, now, well, since you brought up Planet of the Apes, that brings us into our final segment of the show, Tipplers Take Two.
Come on. So what's holding everything up here?
Art department.
So the grips are holding us back?
All right, try that take one more time.
1 second.
Hey, quiet on the set!
Tipplers Take Two. Hey, Mark.
Action!
The first movie I want to bring up, which is probably the most obvious, and if you haven't thought of this movie while you're listening to us, then please go watch this movie because it's pretty much the whole point of this episode. Is Idiocracy. It has a dude I don't remember,
Luke
Dax
Wilson.
Shepard, Luke Wilson. There you go. Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson's brother. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, Luke Wilson, Dax Shepard. I can't remember the chick. I've seen her a couple of times though, and it also has a Terry
Crews.
as the President of the United States. Essentially, the whole premise of the movie is that a guy from like our time gets cryogenically frozen and then wakes up
500 years later.
Yeah,
I think.
500 years later, and it was how I was saying earlier. Basically, the society itself devolved to a point where everyone is dumb and they're dependent on their technology and shit like that. And it's it's a comedy, but it does make you think.
It's a satirical comedy on like today's way of living and stuff.
Yeah, and it's created by Mike
Judge.
Motherfucker, you're just great at last names, bro. But yeah, Mike Judge, the same creator that made Beavis and Butthead and King of the Hill. That movie, it's
super dumb humor.
Yeah.
Super dumb humor, but with a good purpose because it's supposed to be super dumb humor.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a satire on like today's culture and today's education and stuff like that. It like shut your brain off, sort of, because it's actually a lot smarter of a movie than it's given credit for.
Yeah.
But yeah, also you just like a lot of the jokes are really dumb, like fart, poop, fucking slapstick jokes. So, I mean,
another one is Dangerous Minds with Michelle Pfeiffer. She's a teacher in the rough side of town. I'm pretty sure that's the one with the song, right?
what song?
You know what song?
Gangster's Paradise?
Yeah. We've
I
been
think
spending most our lives living in... Dude, I don't give a fuck. That song's still a bop. That's the only
that
reason...
song fucking slaps.
But yeah,
yeah, I don't know why I remembered this movie when we were doing this episode, but I was like, for some reason I had to put that in the notes.
Well, I mean,
it's kind of relevant.
Yeah,
she's
it's
like a
relevant
teacher
to the
and
fact
everything.
that she gets put into public school on a bad side of town with probably shitty fucking funding and stuff to the school, and she has to fucking find a way to do it all herself. And most of these students probably don't give a shit about learning. They just go there because that's where they fucking go.
Oh, and I will say that there's like a fuck ton of movies just like this one.
Oh,
But
yeah.
this is the one that I remember. I'm sure there's plenty other ones. Like I think Lean on Me is one of them. I
What's the one
remembered
with
another
Robin
one.
Williams? The Oh Captain, My Captain.
Yeah, I was like that movie. There's fucking tons of them.
Yeah.
There's tons of with the same concept. I even watched one that was more action oriented with I can't even remember who the actor was, but it's like some fucking not martial arts, but ex-marine fucking thing, which I think actually Michelle Pfeiffer in this movie was supposed to be an ex-marine.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like I watched one that was more action oriented. Like there's so many versions of this movie that like literally I'm sure everybody has an example for this. But Dangerous Minds was the one that I remember because Mom showed it to us at one point, and that was why I remembered it.
Okay. Another one that kind of goes into the same thing where it's just a fucking badass teacher is with J.K. Simmons, Whiplash. Did you ever see that one?
I didn't get to watch that one. I want to watch it so
It's
bad.
really good.
Because yeah, I've heard it's really good.
But yeah, he's just essentially it's just a drummer who gets into his school or his band or something. I haven't seen it in a long time, but yeah, J.K. Simmons is a motherfucker. Like he's a dick.
Yeah, I've seen clips from it.
But yeah, and he has a quote that I really fucking like in that movie where it says, "The most dangerous thing you can say to anyone is good job." So basically, he's going off the fact that negative reinforcement works way better than positive reinforcement.
Yeah, which like I said, for some people, yes, but in today's society, it seems like, well, I shouldn't even say that it works better, but it just actually gets people to do something.
Yeah.
I believe in negative reinforcement.
Yeah.
I do. But like I said, I think you should start off with positive to keep people motivated And then if they start slacking, that's when you kick in negative
I just do back and forth. Like, it's not fucking hard. Positive first, hard if they're fucking being a dipshit, and then positive once they do it right.
It kind of depends on the context of the situation, too.
Yeah, of course.
Like how I was saying, I was on my phone for like 30 seconds, and then I'm getting bitched at for being on my phone forever.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What are you talking about? I was on my phone for like enough time to check the message, and that was it.
Yeah.
And it didn't interrupt the workflow. Like, that's stuff that I think where it's like, that's when you should do positive reinforcement. Like, hey, like, I know we need to all check our phone every now and again, but can you just try not to do it during the work time? And I'd be like, okay. And you'd be like, that, do it on your break. And I'd be like, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just shit that it isn't that big a deal. You can just be like, hey, man.
Because it wasn't that big a deal, but it's like, if you make it into a big deal, then of course the negative reinforcement is not going to work.
Yeah. Another movie, of course, just keeping this like education theme, is The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Fucking love this goddamn movie. I can still watch it on repeat.
Yeah. It's a fantastic movie.
Oh, fuck me. Who's the director? Because he made didn't he make Weird Science and
John Hughes.
John Hughes. Yeah, he made Weird Science, 16 Candles, and this.
Yeah.
And I don't remember.
St. Elmo's Fire too.
Huh?
St. Elmo's Fire.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong. That's 80s stuff, and I'm not like super good at 80s.
Anyway, this is the movie that has the has that phrase, "mess with the bull, you get the horns" kind of shit. Don't remember any of the fucking actors and actresses in it.
I actually can't right at the moment either. Judd Nelson.
Judd Nelson. Yeah, he's a bad boy. That's all you need to know about that movie, honestly.
The girl, I can't remember the girl.
And Emilio
She's in 16
Estevez.
Candles too.
Yeah.
Molly.
No, that's her name in the movie.
In the movie? Fuck, I can't remember her name.
But yeah, Emilio Estevez is the jock. But yeah, it's kind of it puts in that like perspective, like the group that you belong to in school doesn't really mean shit, because like by the end of the movie, the bad boy, the goth, the jock, the princess, like they all end up being pretty close by the end of the movie, and it does kind of like help you break down those barriers of like, oh yeah, like you have a lot more in common with other people than you think.
Yeah, the reason I like that one as a topic for this is just because of it deals with the education stuff, but it also kind of deals with like our social structuring and stuff like that. Like how you're saying, like at the end of the movie, they're all friends, even though they're all from different subgroups. Like, the one kid's a nerd, the one kid's a badass loser dude, one girl's a jockey princess bitch, the other guy's a high school football, volleyball, but a high school football dude. So it's like, they're all from different leagues of like social groupings in the school, but they all end up coming together by the end of the movie just by sitting down and having this one time period where they're all trapped together to figure out who each other is and like what they have in common and stuff.
Yeah.
And basically it kind of just boils down to what we all have in common as humans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a very deep movie for what it is, and it has probably one of my favorite like dance sequences ever.
Yeah,
where he's doing the like thing on the edge of the stairs or whatever.
Yeah.
I give amazing visuals, guys, just so you know. The thing on the edge of the stairs.
The thing on the edge of the stairs or whatever.
All right, so the last one is Accepted with Justin Long and Jonah Hill. I fucking love this movie so much.
Would you like to see my wiener?
Would you like to see my wiener?
Or no, he's like, ask me about my
ask
wiener.
Me about my wiener. But yeah, Justin Long, I think he has trouble getting into colleges, and so he's a master fucking con artist in high school. He makes fake IDs and shit, and basically he cons his way into making his very own college.
South Harmon Institute of Technology, which the acronym for it is shit. So that's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, it starts bringing in to the point of like, I think it kind of brings in more like the corruption of the education system like later on in the movie.
Yeah, so I was like, that's why that one, like, I think it didn't get very good ratings and stuff, but it was actually a pretty good movie for like, not only for the comedy aspect, but for like the points it brings up about like kind of the corruption of the education system. Because like, yeah, it's basically like, kind of shows like how they're all smart about certain things and shit like that, but they couldn't get into any colleges, so they had to make their own.
Yeah, exactly. And just want to do a quick honorable mention because I know this is mostly about dumb people and shit like that, but keeping the education kind of theme, watch Old School with Will Ferrell and
awesome.
Luke Wilson. God damn, he's in a lot of
Yeah, Luke Wilson.
And Vince Vaughn. Yeah, he. By the way, the director of that movie, I can't remember his name, but he made Joker.
Todd Phillips.
Yeah, Todd Phillips. Yeah, he's the one that ended up making Joker, which that's probably why it surprised fucking everyone. He's the dude that at the beginning when Luke Wilson's girlfriend is getting fucking gangbanged or whatever, he's all like, he opens the door, he's like, hey, I'm here for the gangbang.
Yeah, I'm here for the gangbang.
Yeah, he's a dude with the fro and the mustache.
He's also in The Hangover, too. He made The Hangover.
Yeah, he made the Hangover trilogy as well.
But he's in The Hangover as an actor, too, or he's in the elevator with that chick.
Yeah. Anyway, that does it for today's Tipplers Take 2.
And cut.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
All right, that about wraps up the movies and other medias we can think of. If we missed one you'd like us to know about, send us a message so we can let us know if you've seen it or not. And yeah, there's just so many fucking movies that we could have talked about, but we got to do these episodes back to back, so we couldn't make that very long. Fuck, the last one was long as shit.
Yeah, I know, we took way too long on that one. Anyway, dumb people, smart people. The world is made up of lots and lots of the two. It's up to each of you as individuals to decide which one you want to be. Some of you don't have a choice. You were just born that way. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed the show, we would appreciate it if you left us a review if possible and share the show to your friends and family so we can get this thing out there and maybe, just maybe, get famous off of it. That would be great. Thanks.
Yeah, and make sure you're subscribed or following us on whichever platform you choose to listen on so you never miss an episode, which comes out every single Monday at midnight for your listening pleasure. If you'd like to contact us for any reason whatsoever, you may do so by sending us an email at tipplers2centspodcast@gmail.com or by sending us a message on Facebook. And if you would like to directly support the show but get something in return for it, you can snag yourself a t-shirt personally designed by us at represent.com/store/Tipplers2Cents. And also, thank you for Crystal Oropeza for supporting our social media aspects of the show. Just wanted to put that in there real quick because it's more of a pain in the ass than I thought it would be. So I just wanted to say thank you. Yeah, by the way, we are also doing a giveaway.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to get a free shirt, message us or email us this phrase, Tipplers t-shirt. Just email us or message us, Tipplers t-shirt, and you will be considered to be one of the, in a raffle, essentially, if you're going to win the t-shirt. If you end up winning, we'll announce the winner on next episode, or probably the 11th episode.
Yeah, it'll be on episode 11 that we'll announce the winner.
Yeah. So message us, and then we'll announce the winner, and then we will contact you about shipping information and your size and all of that. So remember, message us, Tipplers t-shirt.
Thank you once again for listening. Next week, we're talking about, I guess next episode, actually. We're talking about Greek gods and some of our favorite stories from Greek mythology. So we'll see you in a few years when the world is chock full of dum-dums, and we can just wave at each other through the crowd as drool drips from our slack-jawed mouths. Or maybe we'll just see you in the next episode. Till then, I bid you adieu.
Drink responsibly and think responsibly. Bye!